This is Sherry, and today we're going to talk about the interview, putting your preparation to work. The objectives covered in this module are learning the importance of first impressions, understanding how messages are communicated, preparing to answer interview questions, doing your homework to make a successful experience, and identifying questions to ask in an interview. In a matter of seconds, a prospective employer can determine if they think you are the right person for the job. Maybe this isn't so fair, but it's a reality all job seekers would do well to consider. You can set yourself up for a successful interview before you have even said a word. Your appearance, promptness, body language, demeanor can set the stage to impress interviewers with your answers to their questions. What can you do prior to that critical first 60 seconds in an interview to make the best first impression possible? Well, first, you can absolutely dress the part. Does it really make a difference how you dress for an interview? Yes. Your appearance is the first thing a potential employer sees and wants you to do for the part. It is always better to be overdressed than underdressed. Interview attire may vary according to the type of job, but it is recommended that you dress like you were the person doing the interview. For men, it is recommended that you wear a solid color, conservative suit or jacket, a white long-sleeve shirt, conservative tie if appropriate, dark socks, very limited jewelry, neat professional hairstyle, trim nails, and a portfolio or briefcase. Women have almost the same attire recommendations: a solid color, conservative suit, coordinated blouse, moderate shoes, limited jewelry, neat and professional hairstyle, and a portfolio. According to Kim Kohler at Image Dynamics, 55% of another person's perception of you is based on how you look. The key is to have a solid interview outfit that you can wear multiple times that will save you time and money. Be on time. In fact, don't just be on time, but demonstrate your interest by arriving 10 minutes early. Use your time in the waiting room to settle in, to focus on the information you plan to highlight, and check your appearance. Budget additional time if needed. Can you remember a time when you got the message loud and clear without a single word being uttered? Communication is multifaceted and influenced by much more than the spoken word. According to a classic study conducted by Professor Albert Mehrabian, the message you communicate to others is comprised of 55% body language, 38% tone of voice, and only 7% actual words. The clear and surprising message is that what you say is not as important as how you say it. There are some key body language positions that you should really pay attention to. Your sitting posture. The experts agree that aiming for a neutral posture is your best bet. Leaning back suggests boredom or lack of interest, and leaning in too far may signal nervousness or even an aggressive disposition. Another thing to think about is your hand gestures. If you shove your hands in your pockets, behind your back, or even crossed in front of your chest, you run the risk of appearing closed, stiff, or belligerent. And if you talk with your hands, pointing may come across aggressive. Carry the positive first impression you made in the waiting room into the interview room by modeling a good demeanor. Pay close attention to how you are carrying yourself. Are you walking and sitting with confidence? Do you have a smile and a pleasant look on your face? Is your handshake a representative of who you are and your confidence? Being engaged and committed to the conversation while your interview is talking helps increase your communication and to get your message heard. Watch your interviewer for nonverbal cues to find appropriate opportunities to drop in the information you want to feature about yourself. Once it's clear that your audience is comfortable with you and you're responding to what you are saying, it's time to impress them with what you have to say. Now that you understand how to make an instant connection and be heard, take advantage of your audience attention by being ready to deliver when you speak. If you have not already done so, make sure to review the top 10 interview questions. However, don't be too short-sighted. Interviewers are pros at asking questions you cannot prepare for. Let's take a few moments to review the 3 categories of questions and learning about preparing for the unknown. For starters, a good answer to any question is one that is true, positive, believable, clear and concise, and answers the question. There are 3 main categories of interview questions: common, negative, and improvised. Common questions are the ones you might expect to hear, such as, "Tell me more about yourself," or "What is your greatest strength?" Negative questions invite you to talk about weaknesses, such as the time you made a mistake or how you handle conflict to a situation. Improvisational questions are designed to predict how you would behave in a particular situation. What if you had a customer dispute? And what could be done if this happens? There is always time at the end of an interview when the tables are turned. Ultimately, you have the opportunity to ask questions of the interviewer. Don't miss out on this opportunity to prepare for these questions. In fact, take the time to write them down and pull out your notes when prompted. This is completely acceptable and shows you actually took the time to prepare. Remember, you're interviewing the organization to see if it's a good fit in which you want to pursue. So grab a pencil and something to write on. I want to provide you with some very appropriate questions you can use during your next interview. How would you describe the position? Can you describe the company's cultures, their biggest strengths? Can you describe your immediate goals for the position? What do you believe will be successful for you in this position? And what is the next step in the process? Unless it is specified in the employment posting, as a rule, wages and salaries are not discussed during the first job interview. If money is discussed, it is up to the interviewer to open the subject. In this learning module, we explored the importance of first impressions, understanding how messages are communicated, and how to prepare for interview questions, as well as identifying questions to ask in an interview. Now that you have reviewed what to expect, make the commitment to follow your strategy to impress from the start. Visualize yourself successfully winning over and establishing solid communication with the interviewer. Once the connection is made, impressing your audience with the reasons why you are the candidate they have been looking for. Practice your responses to sample interview questions. Make sure to identify the strengths and accomplishments you want to highlight. Before you walk into an interview, be prepared to walk out with the job.